right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us. I am Jessica Carey, and I have the original Jessica Carey here with me.
Whoop,
Now,
whoop.
Jessica Richards. And she's a coach on my team, and we have been getting a ton of questions about what coaching is and how it all works. So I kind of wanted to do just a kind of a Q&A, and we're going to go through some of these, and I'm going to talk to Jess and ask her a lot of these questions because she's a fairly new coach on the team. She's just started in the last 6 to 8 months. So I think all of this stuff is new and fresh in her head. So I think it'll be helpful to have her answer these and hopefully answer your questions while we're at it. So Jess, how did you get started? When did you become a coach, and how did it all kind of start for you?
So as you know, I started following you like forever and a day ago, and I was having my third baby. I had gained almost 70 pounds, and I was like, no, I'm over this. I want to lose weight. So I came to you first as just wanting to be a challenger. And so you sent me my challenge pack, and I was super excited. And then I started reading on it, and I was like, oh, like I can be a discount coach. That's awesome. And then I really started thinking about, I mean, I feel like I can do this. Like, I feel like I can share my journey with people. I feel like I can inspire people to better themselves, to lose weight, to feel better, and not feel alone. Because I think one of the first things that I said to you was, I can't do this by myself. Like, I can't do this by myself again. I need somebody to help me. I need help. And so I just kind of went all in from the get-go. I had no experience. I still had almost 70 pounds to lose. And I just went for it.
I love that. I love it. And like, you didn't have any fear. Like, you weren't afraid of what people would think. And I think that's so awesome. So what did you find, like, as you jumped in, like, what exactly does a coach do? Like, what do we do every day?
I mean, you just share your life. You share your journey. You share your struggles. You share your successes. You talk about your life. I mean, you just really make connections with people who can relate to you. You make connections with people who can relate to you. And then you build a trust that they will trust you to help them through their own journey. Like you, and I get people all the time being like, oh my gosh, you've just inspired me so much, and yada, yada. And I think that a big fear that people have when becoming a coach is like, oh, there's so many coaches out there. But I have had so many messages from people being like, oh my gosh, I follow so many coaches, but you are the one who connects with me. You are the one who I think that I can relate with, who can help me. And so you literally just like share your life with people. You share and you show them that it's like possible, that they can do it, that you can do it, like you do it together. And I think that that's like one of the most epic parts of this company is that you literally are doing it yourself. Like you are showing people that you can do it. Yeah. I think that's awesome.
Right? I mean, and your success can become their success, and you get to just breed success. So when someone reaches out to you and they're like, you inspire me, like, how can I do what you do? Like, what do you do with them? How do you support them?
I say, yeah, girl, let's do it. You know, I explained to them like the things that I started. I ask them about, you know, what are you struggling with? What are you looking to do? What kind of results are you looking to get? And I really try and dig deep into their why, like their why as to why they are coming to you in the first place.
So when they're ready to go, then what? Then what happens? So like sign me up. Then what happens?
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Let me just send you this link, and then boom. I mean, I give them all the tools that they need. They need, you know, I give them their workouts, their Shakeology. I talk to them about all the products, you know, I throw them in my challenge groups. And
what happens in there? You know, what do your challenge groups look like?
I mean, there's a whole lot of memes. It's a whole lot of fun, but it's a whole lot of like accountability. Like I have never done a challenge group before I even started this. So that was new to me as well. But it really makes you push a little bit deeper to have these people that are waiting for you to show up. Like if you as their coach don't show up, like game over, right? But these people come in and they log their workouts every day. They log their Shakeology every day. As a coach, I give them nutrition tips. I motivate them to keep going. You know, you gotta get people in there and get them accountable. Like that's the point of a challenge group, is accountability.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's really cool is that you're not a nutrition expert, right? You're not a personal trainer, but you've learned all of these things from doing it yourself. Like you kind of been there, done that. So you can kind of relay like, hey, I know, I'm not an expert on this, but I felt this way, and you can kind of help them.
Absolutely. And share recipes and tips and tricks on how I'm getting my kids to eat vegetables and things like that. And it gets great response.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. So you mentioned like the different products that you help set them up with. Like what other kind of products do we offer that you've helped people get started with? What have you tried?
So I have tried a lot of the things. I mean, there's the Shakeology. I have officially tried all the flavors and they're all amazing. There's the Energize, which I think is the biggest one for the people that I've helped. They're all like, oh my gosh, I would have never tried this had you not recommended it. Which I will never not use it ever again in my life.
And what's of course,
so the Energize, of course, is your pre-workout. So it's full of all natural caffeine, boosts your energy, your focus, doesn't give you jitters, things like that. I have girls who drink it in the afternoon for just like a pick-me-up. It's awesome. Totally. Love the Recover, helps your muscles not feel quite as sore. And I actually just got the Beach Bars and I love them. Perfect for a quick snack, not super sugary, which is something I don't know, rich, chewy, love it.
Yeah. Have you ever crumbled one up on top of yogurt?
No, but that sounds phenomenal.
Do it. I will. So good. Okay, so we talked about how you got started and you like had no fear and you just jumped in. But as we started working through, I feel like you were kind of like, but I mean, how do I navigate this?
Oh, yeah.
So like what kind of fears did you have? Like even as you started, or what kind of fears when you're talking to people, do they have that like why they maybe couldn't coach or it wouldn't be for them?
I think that the elephant in the room when it comes to coaching is inviting. Okay. Like 100%.
Yeah.
100%. People are terrified to do it. Mm-hmm. I think people are terrified of rejection. I think people are terrified of feeling silly, or I know that I was scared of, I didn't want people to think of me as a fake person. Like I didn't want people to think that I was building these fake friendships. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that held me back for a long time. Like I was too scared to do it.
Right.
And then once I did it, I realized it's not that bad. Like people don't think I'm crazy. Like people are going to say no, and that's okay. Like you just move on from it. And I've also found that a lot of people, they're scared. Like they won't come to you. Some people might, but some people won't. You know what I mean? And you're not building fake friendships. I feel like what helped me the most was thinking about people as my clients. Like I am there to help them. I'm not there to, pretend like I care about things I don't care about. Like I am there to help them on their fitness journey. And once I gave myself that mindset, like all the other stuff was out the window. Like I just didn't, it didn't feel forced. I didn't feel like I was being fake. Like information was rolling off my tongue better. Like it was just relaxed, a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
And I think that was my biggest fear out of all of it.
Yeah. And that's understandable. But like at the end of the day, like you said, it's not like we're selling candles, right? Like candles are great, but we're literally helping people change their life. Like, so it's nothing to be afraid of.
Absolutely.
I know some people kind of are worried, and you're a perfect person to talk about this, if they're not in perfect shape when they first start. Mm-hmm. So how do you kind of, if you're like, oh, I'm not really a coach, I want to do my own journey first. Like, how did you start from the get-go? What did you find?
I actually believe I said those exact words to you at first.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm just going to focus on myself. Like, I'm just going to roll with it, whatever. But what I found was that honestly, like that related even more to people. Like, I feel like that was like gold for me.
Yeah.
Because people were actually seeing the program and the products work. Like, they were seeing it firsthand, you know, every time I posted a transformation picture, every time I posted a sweaty selfie, you know, all my kids being cray in the background, they're like, oh my gosh, she is really doing this. Like, she is really doing it. She is really getting results. Like, you can't fake that.
Mm-mm.
And I think
No.
that people really resonated with that. And so I just rolled with it, man.
And you
Every
still
day
are.
I showed up, I just showed up. I just kept posting my sweaty selfies and keeping people like up to date on my transformation, and they love it.
Yeah.
They can see it. People like what they can see.
Yeah. And like, let's talk about accountability, right? Like,
Yes.
sharing your transformation.
Yes.
Do you feel like you would have stuck with your post-baby transformation as hard as you have without that accountability?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would have already had to start over at least 3 times. And I know that because I've been there. I already had 2 kids. Like, it was it was around Christmas time. Like, I would have been like, nah, I'll just start at the beginning of the year again. You know what I mean? But having that out there, like, I'm like, oh God, people are watching me. Like, I have got to get it done.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't have a phenomenal like transformation picture, or not even a phenomenal one, but if I just stop showing up, if I stop like doing what I'm doing, like, people are going to be like, yo girl, where are you?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the one who's like, ooh,
yeah.
actually.
And I was like the opposite. I was like, I don't want them to confirm that it doesn't work. Like, cause they already think
Amen.
I can't succeed. They already think it won't work for me. So if I quit, if I fail, it's just going to confirm those doubts that they have. So that was something for me. I had to prove that it did work because I knew and I believed in it.
Amen.
So what successes have you had as a coach so far?
So it was funny because when I started, I was like, oh, you know, I just really want that discount. Like, that's all I really want. And then, like, as I started getting more into it, I was like, oh man, like, I can I at least want to pay for my Shakeology because I want to use it every month. And so I did that. And then I was like, oh man, you know, I want to pay for my weekly groceries and my Shakeology this month, you know? And then it went so far as to, like, one month I paid for not only my Shakeology, my Energize, but I made our car payment. And I didn't do anything different other than I just showed up. Like, I just kept doing it. And I think that a lot of times people quit. Like, they're just like, oh, it's not working for me. Like, I haven't made $1 million in this first week of coaching. Like, I'm over it. And you literally just have to keep going. Like, you have to keep going and people will start coming. And so I think that the month that I made enough money to make my car payment was just like huge. And I couldn't believe it. And my husband couldn't believe it. He was like, are you serious? Is this actually happening right now? And I'm like, yeah, I told you, this ain't no joke.
I love it. I love it. And that's when the husbands start to kind of think, oh, okay. I mean, I guess if this is a real thing, for sure. When they start to have, like, the proof is in the pudding, right? So was Corey kind of skeptical to begin with?
I mean, he was like more than skeptical. I think that he was like, okay, like, you know, we had this accidental pregnancy. I was already pissed about that. And so I was like, I'm doing it whether you want me to or not, you know? And I just told him, I was like, I'm going to sign up as a coach. I'm going to try it because I want to do it. And I'm not working anymore. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom now. And so we lost my income. And I was worried about that. Like, I was worried about him carrying our family, you know, of now 5. And once he saw those checks come rolling in, he was like, oh my God, you got this money in the bank today. And I was like, oh, I don't even know how that happened. And then he started totally being on board with it. And he was just like, I think that's awesome. And I think he saw like all the love I was getting on my page and like all the things that I was doing. And I think that he was seeing also like it was giving me a purpose at home, like I have never not had a job. And I think that he was like, oh, girl's a little happier. I think I better roll with this. You know what I mean? Like it was giving me like, you know, it makes me feel good. Like it's like my high right now. Like I just love it. I love seeing all the challengers, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's awesome. So on that note, on the income portion of it, I think we should say, in order to earn an income, it's really pretty simple, right? It's just getting people set up with the same tools that we're using on our own. So we earn a 25% commission on everything anyone buys from us. It's linked directly to our website with our coach ID. And that's how we earn an income in one way. In a second way, as we kind of grow and build, so like Jess here is one of my coaches, as we build a team of like-minded people who are doing exactly what we're doing and want to spread the love, we start to earn what's called team cycle bonuses. And that is where real residual income starts to grow and compound. You earn money off of the volume that's created by your team. I don't get commission off of what my coaches sell, but I do earn a bonus for the volume created, which volume comes from products sold. There's also bonus opportunities, which I'm so excited for you because you're already like on fire and you haven't even like scratched the surface of what—
I know. You should have seen my face when the first day I saw like my bonus. I was like, whoa! I was like, Corey, oh my God, did you see this? Like I got this $100 bonus. I don't even know why.
I love it.
And he was like, for what? I was like, I have no idea, but I'm gonna roll with it.
I love it. And that makes me so excited because your heart is just to be helping people. And that's exactly where successful coaches are rooted. They're not rooted in like making a ton of money and, you know, signing up huge distributors or whatever. Like they're just rooted in helping people get results and feel good.
And I think as a coach, like that is so important. And that's what I've really tried to like send home to my coaches, is that if you are not coming from that place, people will sense it.
Yeah.
People will sense it, and they will sense that you don't actually care about them, that you just are trying to make money, and they will run. I mean, they'll gel. I mean, I've talked to challengers who are on other teams and they're, you know, their coaches are like that. And they're like, I just, you know, I feel like all she cares about is making money or moving up. You know, she just, hey, do this with me, join me, sign up with me. And then that's all they hear from. And that's not how you want to do it. Like you need to come to it from a place of wanting to help people, number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything else is just a bonus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as you got started, like what kind of training did you get? Like what support did you get from the team? What kind of did you come into to help you get started?
Well, I mean, you're like on my speed dial.
Absolutely. I love it.
And I feel like there are just so many people like on our team, specifically your team, like everyone helps everyone. Like you can ask anybody and they will help you. The virtual boot camp for new coaches that you put me in was phenomenal because I could go through it at my own pace. Like I could just, you know, learn all of the things throughout like the pockets of my day while the kids are napping before I go to bed. And it was easy to follow, like really easy to follow. Of course you're always going to come up with things that you're like, oh, I don't remember, or, you know, but your upline is there for you if you can't find the answer. Right. And honestly, most of the answers are, you know, on Google or on YouTube. Like you can find the answers to anything, but you have people that you can go directly to. And I think that, that part of it is even more awesome because you really don't have to do it alone. Like you don't have to be scared of, you know, not knowing everything. And I think that I don't know how many times I've told you, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
All the time, but none of us do, right? It's just like starting a new job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, you learn all the things.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, so if somebody is watching this and they're like, I want to be a part of that girl's team, like what would be the next step for them to do?
Start your own journey. Like I think that like you need to believe in the products. You need to believe in the program. You need to be a product of the product and get going on your own journey. Like get your Shakeology, get started on your workout programs, and start sharing with people. Start sharing with your friends, start sharing with your family. Like, get it out there that you're doing this thing and it's awesome, and you want people to do it with you. Like, you want to be a support system, but you always also want support yourself. Like, I think that that's the easiest way to get started. Like, you just have to start by focusing on your own journey, and then the rest will come.
Yeah. So what's the cost of starting up for someone like that? If they came to you and said, hey, I want to sign up as a coach, like, what would you set them up with? How much would it cost?
So I think that the best deal is one of the challenge packs, depending, obviously there's like quite a few that you can choose from. I think the annual Beachbody On Demand membership is a huge one. The Shakeology is a huge one. The Performance Pack is a huge one. And you can find a pack that has all of those things. The challenge pack that I got started with was $160. And let me just tell you, I have made that back tenfold. Like, it was a $160 investment, and it was the best investment I've ever made.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. I was just talking to someone yesterday, and I suggested to them, there's a $220 challenge pack that includes Shakeology, Beachbody On Demand, and the Performance line, like the whole shebang.
Oh yeah.
Boom. And I'll tell you, when I started, I spent $205 on a set of DVDs and one bag of Shakeology. Like, that was it. And you know what?
Yeah.
I would have paid 10 times as much if I knew then what I know now.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is so much
fun. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a rambler. I hope it was okay.
Oh my gosh, it was perfect. And my baby just woke up, so this is perfect timing. So reach out to us if you guys have any more questions. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see ya.